to put on live stream. Okay, we are in live stream now. Welcome to the Friday's webinar, PowerMine Evolution 2.0. As you may know, every Friday we are here to give training about and to talk about in detail about PowerMine Evolution 2.0, the products and everything else. So today we are in a question and answer session. So today I will talk about the issues that you will ask me to. So if you have any question, let's start this webinar right now with questions. So just give me your question, please, and I will start to answer them. All right? So let's wait for them. Don't be shy. Come on, guys. I want to answer questions. Come on. Don't leave me here alone talking for myself only. All right. So this is your opportunity to make me questions about PowerMine Evolution, about the process and about the token, whatever you want, about the company, about the asset back, you name it. It's up to you to ask me what you want me to answer. So come on, guys. No one is typing. Come on, Herbert, Frank, Marian, Wilbrod, Daramola. Come on. I'm waiting for your questions. Today's webinar, it's about questions. So write down on the chat your questions, please, and I will answer it. Questions about PowerMine Evolution or anything related.
Amanda, can we ask without typing?
Okay, the problem is if somebody else opens the mic, it will be a mess. But for now, it's good, Marian. So
okay.
Go on.
All right. So just to clarify, so we've got the BHF tokens, and then we've got the WBHF tokens. So the BHF tokens, which I bought from PowerMine from Mize, and then now PowerMine about 2 years ago, they are now on the secondary exchange, which is at the moment Lay token. But then the WBHF tokens, which I've recently bought, will be on the DeFi market, which will kick in about 12 months' time. Is that correct?
It's absolutely correct. So both tokens, they are different tokens. The Rapid BHF, the core, it is the BHF himself, but it goes on a different target, on a different market. So the BHF, it's already on the secondary market, listed as you said it very well on LA token. It's already there. Many exchanges will come after this one. This one was just the first, but the Rapid BHF goes on a different course with the DeFi market. That's absolutely correct.
Okay, so Armando, in terms of value, we know that the tokens are ultimately, the value comes from the value of the mining, not from the secondary market or for the DeFi market. Obviously, one cannot predict what's going to happen on the secondary market or the DeFi market. So do you think that the value on the DeFi market might outperform the secondary market, or is that something you can't predict at this time or at all?
Okay. Obviously, no one can predict how the markets will react, both of them being the secondary market or the DeFi market. But one thing is for sure, the DeFi market right now is really on a trend. So the community of investors, they are looking on the DeFi market more right now. If we see the numbers, The DeFi market is growing so much fast than the secondary market because it's new, it's attractive, the liquidity it's much easier. So people, investors are really moving into that. So my perception, and this is not the company, this is me, my perception is that the rapid BHF will go on a higher valuation faster than the BHF himself. Why? This is my personal opinion. I think that at the end, from the 10 million rapid BHF that we have um, available with this operation, I think that the minimum will be about 3 million will reach the DeFi market, maximum 5 to 5 million. So even if we talk about my prediction maximum, that is 5 million tokens rapid BHF on the DeFi market, it will be a very short number of tokens available. So that will make this token real. I don't know how to say the word, doesn't come out the word in English, but it will be a token that everybody wants to have. Why? Because of the asset back that is behind it. That is the BHF, and the asset back behind the BHF. There is the co-ownership of the mines with the 5 shares of the company and everything else from Blue Hill Mining. So I think that the DeFi market, it's going to be absolutely amazing. The secondary market with the BHF is already on course. Everyone is following by the minute what's going on LA token right now with the token. The sale offers are too much related to the buy orders. So right now the token, last time I saw it, I think it was below 20 cents. And reminding that on the 10th, we started at $1. But the investors, the token holders, they want to sell. They want to use the windows from the vesting period, and that they are using it. So by the end, right now, the secondary market, it's not full power. So it will be a little bit more ahead when we have different exchanges. It will grow faster than it is right now. But the DeFi market, between now and then, even if we're talking about 1 year ahead, is going to be higher valuation than the BHF himself, at least before, until the BHF reach the burning program and the, oh, I'm missing the other program, the buyback plan. Okay. Oh, there's a question from Frank. Hello, Frank. My question is, on the BHF buyback plan, is there a possibility that the price in the secondary can affect the buyback plan as per roadmap? Okay, I don't know if I understood correctly your question, but I'm going to try to answer. Okay, the buyback plan will be not affected by anything related to the market. There's nothing to do. For Blue Hill Company, the secondary market, it's absolutely secondary for the token valuation, because the value of the token is based on the shares of the company, and the shares of the company is based on the valuation of the company himself with the mines and everything else. So the secondary market for Blue Hill and for Blue Hill valuation, it's absolutely secondary. The secondary market, to put the token on the market, the BHF, was to give more projection to the token, and also to put the token available to other kind of investors, not only the investors on the BHF that we have it on PowerMine and outside PowerMine with Blue Hill Foundation, but to open this token to other investors. That's why we put it right there in the secondary market. So it doesn't affect, including, it's going to help. It's going to help. Right now, for example, with the token low price as it is right now on LA token, it might happen, and I don't know if it is happening, but because that's a secret from Blue Hill, but maybe they are using this low price already to rebuy some tokens in the market, but they cannot burn them, but they can stake them in a wallet reserved to burn. So at the moment that we have starting the buyback plan and the burning program, these tokens that between now and then that the company is going to buy them on the market, they will be burned all at once. That means that when the buyback plan and the burning program starts, we will have a jump on the valuation of the BHF token, because the burning is going to burn a lot of tokens at the same time. So so the buyback plan is not affected by this, including this being on the secondary market. It will help the buyback plan. Okay, so I hope I have understood your question and answered to it. Any other questions? Come on, guys. I'm waiting.
So Armando, if we don't want to participate, if we choose, for example, me, I don't think I want to participate with my BHF tokens at the moment in the secondary market on LA token. So I've just left my tokens. I mean, this is just probably an operational question, but I've just left my tokens on the BHF platform. Is that in order?
Yes, absolutely. I've been recommending, as a personal opinion, for people to do exactly that. If you don't have the intention to use the vesting period and the windows on the vesting period to sell part of your tokens, maximum 7.5% on each window during this block year, this vesting period of 1 year. If you don't want to use them, leave them on the platform. They are much safer there. Why? Because if you move them to MetaMask all at once, it might happen something to MetaMask. MetaMask is very safe, very reliable, but for me personally, I trust better in to leave my tokens on the BH platform than on MetaMask. So it's better to leave it there. If you don't have intentions to sell them right now during the vesting period, leave them there on the BH platform. They will be much safer there.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mohammed, hello, brother. How are you? How long for the BHM to get their license? That it seems this is the only way the token will increase the price via the token burn. One thing is for sure, nobody knows, but as you know, the license they were put it in Switzerland and Liechtenstein last year, long time ago, and so we are still waiting. But one thing is for sure, we do believe, and everyone believes, including with some communication with the regulators, until the start of the buyback plan, that will be after the third quarter 2021, third quarter this year, 2022, sorry. So by then, for sure, we will have the BHM security token already, because it's that one that will be burned, and that is that one that will be executed, the buyback plan and the burning program. So I do believe that until then, we still have time to go, but the timeline put it that target date of that target quarter exactly because we have all the conditions to have the licensed security token by then. Okay, Mohammed? Any other question?
Mr. Armando.
Mr. Daramola, please tell me.
Okay. Thank you for the good job you have been doing all this while. I really appreciate. You have been so wonderful.
And I thank you all of you for the trust you have on us. And it's very good to listen to your words. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just want to ask. There are so many, like some of my downlines who still have their tokens in the PowerMine back office. What time frame do they have to move from PowerMine to BH to Blue Hill platform?
Well, since November last year, 1 year. So we have, every member has until November 2021 to move the tokens to the platform.
Okay.
Okay.
Because recently now, the fear really is that many people have been seeing on the platform, they've been complaining when they made the attempt to move their token from a PowerMine to BH platform. They had issues and all that. And I really want the issue. I've moved mine very, very seamlessly, no problem. But now I want my downline to move theirs. But with all these complaints and all that, and no resolution from customer service, I became apprehensive. That's why I told them to still leave it there in PowerMine back office.
Yeah, that's why we have a long time to do it, because people can learn more about the process. But one thing I can tell you about all these delays, um, there is something that people don't know, but they need to realize that there is a timing for everything. So when we transfer the tokens from PowerMine to Blue Hill, that's a process, and that reception, that delivering from the tokens in the BH platform is registered on the blockchain. So it's an operation that must be validated by, like a normal transaction in a blockchain, in this case, Ethereum. And more than that, Blue Hill assume it and is assuming every single transaction, the fee costs of those transactions on the blockchain. So what happened is, sometimes right now the Ethereum blockchain, as you may know if you don't know, um, is really, really heavy. Let's call it that way. So
Yes.
so what happened is, right now the fees are very high. For example, people
Exactly.
are complaining about, not on the first part of the process, but on the second, that is to move from the BH platform to the MetaMask.
MetaMask.
People are having trouble because they have to charge their MetaMask to support the fees, because it's a blockchain transaction. The first one from PowerMine to Blue Hill platform is paid by Blue Hill, but the second is not. So people don't realize that they have to charge the MetaMask with Ethereum to pay the fees. But right now the fees are so high that people got scared. So it's always it's a complex process, and that's why we have such a frame of time to do this, for people to do it in time. For example, looking for the best opportunity in terms of low fees on the gas of Ethereum to move the tokens, for example. So it's just a matter of time. This rush will end for sure. The ones who may be concerned about this is the ones who wants to use the windows on the vesting period. The ones who wants to sell tokens, that is those must do as soon as possible, right? But for those who wants to hold the tokens and not to sell them right at this time, don't be rushed. Don't worry. Do the things on time. We have until November to do it. All right.
Okay. So basically, as I have my token in a BH platform, I can leave it there until the buyback plan, third quarter 2022, right?
Yeah, you can leave them there. They are
All right.
they are safe. All right.
It's all right.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very
So
much.
you're welcome, Daramola. Okay, there is more questions here. Mohammed, we need bigger exchanges. Any idea when the other exchange will be added? Um, the idea that I have is that Blue Hill Mining and Block Impulse, they are doing absolutely everything in GWE to move to the next exchange. So they really are committed to find more exchanges, to settle the contracts with other exchanges. This is not easy to do. LA token was hard, but it's on. That's why we delayed some time for the token listing. But LA is already on, but others will come. When? I could say 1 week, I could say 2 weeks, I could say a month. Nobody knows. It all depends how the teams manage to do these contracts. And then there will be a connection, an API between the platforms and the exchange. It's complicated to do it, but they are committed to have more access. That is for sure. When? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question, Mohammed. Okay, here comes the big one from Frank. I don't want to sell my tokens and they are still on PowerMine Evolution back office. I tried to transfer them to the Blue Hill, but the Blue Hill is insisting on login when you have MetaMask, and I still have a problem with MetaMask. Why is Blue Mines not allowing us to transfer our tokens from PowerMine Evolution to Blue Hill without asking us MetaMask account? Okay. Frank, I think it was. Yes, Frank. Okay, Frank, I know that you are in the English group of Telegram, and I spend a lot of time to try to make it as short as possible, but I explain it all the process about this, the reasons why. So the fact is that what you have in your back office of PowerMine, they are not tokens. They are a digital representation of the tokens you have bought at a certain time, you have purchased at a certain time, and they are represented in the PowerMine back office. So that is not tokens. It's the tokens that you have purchased and they are reserved for you. All right, from the 140 million BHF issued, there is, I don't know how much you have, but let's suppose there is 1,000. 1,000 is reserved to you. But effectively, you only have this token when you have them on the BHP. So the BH platform has developed something that no one have done before, that it was to create a single wallet inside the Blue Hill platform for each member. Okay, so the Blue Hill platform is the place where Blue Hill delivers the token to the investor. All right, so you will have, let's say you only have the tokens once you have them in the Blue Hill platform. When the number of tokens reserved are in the back office, they are not tokens. They are a representation of those tokens that belongs to you, that they are reserved to you inside the Blue Hill platform. Okay, so you need really to do this process to for Blue Hill to deliver to you the real token. Now, why MetaMask? Well, all the smart contracts related to this tokens transferring, the Blue Hill platform, as I told you, has developed a private wallet to deliver the token to the members. But for the token to get on the road to market, get on the road to be traded, must be in a universal normal market wallet type Web3. So MetaMask is one of them that we recommend, and not by any particular reason. There are so many Web3 wallets out there, but we recommend MetaMask. We choose MetaMask because everyone that has access to Google Chrome, being on the phone and on the computer, can have access to the MetaMask. And for a question of support, for a question of training, or to give some help to the members in this process, we choose MetaMask. So if some member uses another Web3 that I'm not particularly familiar with it, I cannot help them to do that process. So the token, it's delivered then on the PHP, that is a private wallet. So the tokens to be on the road, let's call it that way, they must be moved to a public wallet like MetaMask. All right. So MetaMask is the place where the token, once move it from the Blue Hill platform to a Web3 wallet like MetaMask, then the token is absolutely delivered in a public account for the member. Okay, so the Blue Hill platform, the tokens are delivered to you, but for you to do anything with that token, you must move them to a public wallet like MetaMask. Without doing that, you cannot do nothing with the token. You just have them, but you can't trade them. All right, so that's why the MetaMask is obligatory. Let's call it that way. Okay, a Web3 wallet, it's obligatory to give purpose, to give, to put, let's call it wheels for the token to roll up on the road. Okay, so that is the reason. Osem. Hello, Osem. Hi, Amando. What if the price of the BHF on the secondary market drops more and so many members are rushing for sale? Is there a glimpse of hope that the price will rise if there are no more selling soon? Okay, Osem. That is one of the most important things about the vesting period. Imagine that right now, if you are following LA token, the value of the token on the LA exchange, you can see that is coming down. So the value, it's coming down, not the value of the token himself, because I want to remind this clearly that the value of the BHF right now, by the company valuation, by the shares that it has on it, has the value of $1. The secondary market value is another thing, because this, as I explained before, for us or for Blue Hill, that's absolutely secondary, this secondary market. One thing is for sure, the vesting period is important, because imagine right now, the situation as it is, the valuation of the BHF right now in the exchange, imagine that we didn't have the vesting period to protect the value. Everyone that is selling 7.5 of the tokens will be putting orders of selling more. And imagine what happened. So the rules of the market are very clear. There's an algorithm on the exchange that that algorithm gets the number of tokens issued, that we know there's 140 million, and then it goes, it picks the number of selling orders with all the tokens to sell in those orders, and also it picks the number of offers, the buying offers. So by doing this, they do a complex math, but the result is the price of the token in the market. So right now, there's a lot why the price is dropping down, because many people are putting sale orders in the exchange, and these sale orders are much lower than the buy orders, and that's why the price drops down. So imagine that if we didn't have the vesting period to protect the token, how would be the token right now? All right, so that is the reason why. Now, the second part of the question, is there a glimpse of hope that the price will rise if there are no more selling soon? Remembering that we have a selling period every 3 months. So the first 3 months started on the 10th this month, and right now, the ones who want to put sell orders, I think that everyone who wants to sell part of the tokens already did a sell order, except for the ones who didn't complete the process of transferring the tokens. But the majority already are there. So what will happen is this sell orders flux is going to decrease because we still have a 1.5 month, 2.5 months ahead for this vesting period to end. So until the next one, the sell orders in this first window will be less and less every time. What will happen is that the token meanwhile could go up, but as soon as after 90 days, as soon as we start the second window, another drop down on the price will happen for sure. So it all depends on that. One thing is for sure, if we expect that the price rise up, yes, of course. Okay. So from Shafi, hello Shafi. Do we have guarantee that BHF will go up in 2022? No. And let me answer correctly to your question. Do we have guarantee that BHF will go up in 2022? Definitely no, because what will go up by then, it will be not the BHF, but the BHM security token. Because this is public, I think that everybody already understood that the BHF is a transitory token. It's not the final token. The final token, since the beginning, it was a security token with BHM, Blue Hill Mining Token, and that's the one who's going to have the valuation of 30% of the target value by then. So the target value, it is $30, as everybody knows. So 10% of $30 will be $10. All right, 30%, sorry, 30% of $30 will be $10. So by the end of 2022, the BHF will have no use, all right, because they will be swapped automatically from BHF to BHM security token, and that's the one that to start the buyback plan and to start the burning program, it must be at least at 30% of the target value of $30. That means $10 for the BHM. Okay. Hussein, thanks, Amanda. Very informative as usual. Thank you, my brother Hussein. Miss talking to you. All right, guys, more questions. Shafi, I hope that it was clear my answer. But if you have any other question, please let me know. Okay, guys, come on.
Hello, Amando.
Hello, Daramola.
Okay, yes. I just want to ask a question based on the last explanation you gave now. That by the end of 2022, there will be a total metamorphosis, so to say, from BHF to BHM. Now,
Yes.
my question is this: will it be 1 for 1?
Yes.
Like if I have 5,000 BHF, if it change to BHM, will I still have 5,000 BHM?
Yes, that's the premises. Right. That's the premises since the day one. So all the BHF will be swapped automatically for BHM on the proportion 1-to-1.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
So at the end, this is a transitory token because people want to have the token on the exchange. So it was the logical was to use the utility token that the company developed to go on the market right now, as it is. Because for the BHM, we are still waiting for the license. That's why it was the voting. But the BHF was the winner, the utility token was the winner, so it was possible to put it out in the market right now. But the final target, the one who's going to have that promised valuation by the end of 2022, and the one that is going to be burned, it's not the BHF. It is all about the BHF. That's why we have a timeline. That's why we have a target to reach there with the BHF. not with the BHF, and they will be automatically swapped.
So basically what you're saying again now is that no matter the value in the secondary market of the BHF now, between now and then, it may not really be a problem when the swap actually occurred. Like, is that the true sense of it?
Yes, even I can say more.
All
Let's
right.
suppose that by the end of 2022, on the third quarter, the token value on the secondary market, the BHF, is, let's put it a number, $3. Okay, let's be dramatic. Let's put it $3. Okay. What will happen? How can we start the buyback plan if the rule says that the token must be worth it 30% of the final target value, that is $10, all right? So how it will happen? Because this formula of having 30% of the target value, the $10, it's not the price on the market, it's the valuation of the token, the real valuation. So what I'm telling you is this, by then, by the last quarter of 2022, the company Blue Hill will have a new valuation. That is a new geological report based on drillings to get samples and everything else, the reports from authorities of Mongolia and everything else, with the auditors' reports that the company must worth it. That is the target, 30% at least. That means that each share will worth it. So we are talking about not share, the token. The token will worth it $10, but not by the market, secondary market price. All right, but by the valuation of the assets of the company himself. So one thing doesn't depend on the other. Okay, the token may be on the market at $3, but the valuation of the company is going to increase at least for $10. All right, so this is, I know this is some kind of complex, but it's a matter of thinking by parts and put the things on the right boxes, and you will understand the process. So what we are talking about when we talk about the burning program and everything else is about the security token. And by then, the company will have a new valuation based on the mines that they will have at that time. Because right now, the company has 6 mines, as we know, but only this 140 million minimum valuation are based on one single mine, because of the pandemic and everything else, we could not do the drillings on the other mines, and so we could not present that valuation without the samples and certifications and the auditor's reports and everything else for the rest of the mines. So that's why we have only one mine reported to give the valuation. So, but by then, one mine will be just the minimum. All right. So everything will be different by then in terms of valuation for the token, for the BHM token.
All right, Mr. Mado, sorry, I have like 2 more questions to ask. I hope I'm not asking too many. Sorry, please.
Okay, please.
Can I go on? Good. Yes, I quite understand. For many, it could be more like complex, but it's not complex to me, really. I guess we just have to maintain open hearts to be able to understand the roadmap of the company. However, you said by the end of 2022, there will be like a 30% of the buyback plan of $30. That is $10.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Good. Now, my question now is this. Actually, 2 questions. Number 1, what is the total supply of the BHF that has been sold that we can say is outside now in the hands of thousands of people? Then secondly, what's the time frame between the 30% and the original buyback plan of $30, between $10 and $30?
Okay, the number of tokens are 140 million. That is clear and is public.
All right.
Okay, so it's 140
All right.
million. Now, the time frame between that moment, that is the $30, that is the, sorry, the $10,
30%.
that is 30% of the target. And the final target of 30, nobody knows. That's
Wow.
not predicted. All right. One thing is for sure. By the end of 2022, to start the buyback plan, $10 will be, okay? From those $10 to 30, we don't know, but one thing is for sure, everybody believes that it's going to be fast, okay? Because there is a reason to do this. There is a reason why Blue Hill started all this process. Why? Blue Hill right now is without their own shares. That what I'm telling you is the company, all right? And all the shares are affected to 140 million BHF tokens. So the company himself doesn't have their own shares, all right? So they need to start this buyback plan to start to have the shares back, all right? That's the intention. They are using this model to finance the project, to keep growing, and they are using these resources that we all together give them to develop the project. But there will be a time that they will say, thank you so much, here is your profit, but now we go alone, okay? So Blue Hill Mining Company has all the interest in having their shares in their hands as soon as possible. So there is no date predicted to get to the $30, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be as fast as they can, and they will do it as fast as they can.
Thank you very much, Armando. I appreciate all your answers. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your questions too. Okay, let me see if it is something else. No. Okay, guys, this has been very, very interesting. So come on, let's keep going. I'm loving this. I love to answer questions, and I'm going to do this more often. I'm liking it, this model. And I think that every 2-3 weeks, we're going to do a session like this. Because as I said before, there is a lot of information related to this. These are very complex processes. And we cannot put this, even if on Blue Hill Mining communication, official communication, everything that I just answered is in there. But most of the people don't understand. But even so, us, PowerMine, we could not put all the information at once for you to listen. Otherwise, it will be a mess. So gradually, we'll be showing all the process and all the mechanisms and everything for you to investors need to know about all of this. But one thing is for sure, no one will be left out without the information. And step by step, we'll introduce more details, because by the on rough ways, let's call it that way, the process it's out there, the information is out there, but then but now we can start to talk about in details about all those general points. So it's good to have these questions. It's good to have these questions, and it's good for you also to do it, because you will learn always a little bit more. Okay, guys, no more questions. I have to go because we needed room for the next webinar. That is the French one. So just 1 minute for one last question. Okay, so Adrian is already